Good morning. Let's look at verse 4 of Philippians 2. Let each of you, and this is what the English says, let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Now, the language in both parts of that, the interests, right, to his own interests or the interests of others, is a translation of just an article in Greek, like a version in Greek of the word the, or the word he, or his, or she. So that's all we have. It's been broadened out by the translators to be contextually referring to the life of or the interests of myself or the interests of an individual. But literally the Greek is pretty spare in what it says here. And it's just making the point that you don't look to you, you look away from you. You don't look to you, you look away from you. This is, by the way, what in some ways foundationally in terms of ethics makes us Christian. A Christian is one who doesn't look just to themselves, but looks away. They look to others. So it assumes you look to yourself. It's kind of like in Ephesians 5 when it talks about a man as a husband. It assumes that a husband will care for his own body, he'll nurture himself. And it says, you do that, but nourish her, cherish your bride, nourish her. It doesn't condemn you for your own self-care and love in that way. But it says in the way that you do that, you need to extend that out to others. A Christian looks beyond themselves. It's something that makes us foundationally different. There was an old pro athlete wide receiver named Terrell Owens, and he famously said, I love me some me. I love me some me. What a narcissistic comment. I love me some me. The Christian has a very different impulse. A Christian is looking to others. Listen to the words of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. It is part of the discipline of humility that we must not spare our hand where it can perform a service, and that we do not assume that our schedule is our own to manage, but allow it to be arranged by God. Look, and I like the English the way it's flowered out, look to the interests of others. What are their needs? What are their needs? What are the things that they feel that are weighty? If you don't know, then you should ask. You should find out. Think about people you're close to. Think about people in your church. Think about your neighbors. Think about your family. If you don't know what their needs are, ask them. Find out. If you don't know the target, you won't know what to hit. So yes, you need the impetus to shoot at the target away from the self and say, I'm going to focus on their needs, not my own. But you need to know what they are so that you can meet them. So start with an interrogative. Start with a question. What are your needs? How can I minister to you? And then point yourself toward it. The basic ethic here of the Christian life, right? This foundational thing. Love is what galvanizes us. And yet when we think about an ethic in terms of our life toward another, humility and service become essential rails upon which that traffics. May the Lord encourage us in this. And may we seek to actually know what others need so that we can meet those needs. Take care.